Guys, the distance relation doesn't work. I know every relationship has tribulations in it.
Yeah.
The needs and wants and the disadvantage and advantage. But distance relationship isn't a good thing. Doesn't work. That the relationship goes well or not. I know somebody is watching me here which is in a distance relationship. Maybe he's having a tribulation which you need advice from us. That's why I brought you guys over here for me to be there for the public when they are watching us, the viewers and the listeners. Let me start with you, Josh. Have you experienced something like that before?
Yeah, I have. What I can say about long distance relationships. So there's people can be in relationships of different forms.
Okay.
People can be in relationships of different forms. When we talk about long distance relationships, there might be different factors around that, or that can cause people to be in a position where they're in a distant relationship. Okay, sometimes it's economic issues. Sometimes it's the different factors that we can talk about. You know, social issues and all those kind of things. So, but at the end of the day, you realize we can't say long distance relationships do not work. So, because at the end of the day, there are people who are in long distance relationships and those relationships are working. And there are some who are in long distance relationships and the relationships are not working. Then there are some people who are in short distance relationships that work and also don't work. So at the end of the day, we have to zero in on what really causes relationships to thrive, whether it's long distance or it's short distance. At the end of the day, you realize what matters the most is the commitment that one has over something. It doesn't matter how far you are from your spouse or from your husband or your wife or from your boyfriend or your fiancé, whichever way you want to call it. You may be very far, but if the relationship is well defined and there is commitment, there is dedication to it, and people excited to be in it, and there is communication and agreement, there is consent between the two parties, you realize those relationships, they can work. Now, the difficult part about those long distance relationships in most cases, because I think there are studies that have been done before, you realize that long distance relationships, people have studied and they've realized that people who are in long distance relationships, most of the times they suffer from trust issues. Right? Trust issues. So if you are in a situation whereby you have a wife and your wife is like 1,000 kilometers away from you, and that's your setup, and you live like that. Maybe you see each other once a month or maybe once in 6 months, and you don't get to see each other often. You realize that one of the spouses there can suffer from trust issues. You know, trust issues where you end up questioning the fidelity of your, the commitment of your spouse, questioning their dedication to the relationship, because sometimes it happens. When you are in a space where you know someone is not watching you, some people take advantage of that freedom and they misbehave. So many people who are in relationships suffer from trust issues because of that. At the end of the day, I can promise you, I can give you an example. When we were growing up, we used to have our own fathers. Our fathers would go and work in the cities, right? And maybe the wife and the family is in the village. And maybe the man only gets to go and see his family once a month or once in 2 months. But you would never hear stories of infidelity and cheating and all these kind of things. You'd never hear those stories. I'm not saying they were not happening, but I'm saying it was at a minimal. You understand? It was at a minimal. The level of those things happening was very low. Why? Why is it that we had low levels of those kind of things happening? It is because people were committed. People have values. People have principles. So no matter how far you are from your spouse or your wife, as long as you have principles guiding you and you have values guiding you, definitely I can promise you the relationship can work. Because you have values that are guiding you and you have principles that are guiding. Our biggest problem and our biggest challenge in this present day generation is that we don't have values and we don't have principles. We are full of compromise. We can easily compromise and we get away with it. And we don't care what happens afterwards. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to long distance relationships, My simple answer to you is it works as long as the people that are involved, they are committed, the people that are involved are principled, the people that are involved are dedicated to the relationship itself. If they are not dedicated, if they are not committed, if they don't have principles and values, it will not work. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing happens with short distance relationships. If there is no principles and dedication and values, even if you're staying next door to your girlfriend, she can still play games on you. Or your boyfriend can still play games. Let's not go far. Let's not go far. There's a lot of married people. They live in the same house.
Yeah.
But the man has many girlfriends outside. And the woman has boyfriends outside, but they live in the same house. That's the shortest distance relationship you have, yet the relationship is not working.
Okay.
So it boils down all the way to issues of principles, commitment, dedication, and values.
Christopher, principle, dedication, and what? Values.
Values, yeah.
In this day's relationship, do we find that in it? Because it's not easy. This three word which is just mentioned.
Principle.
Yes.
Commitment. Dedication.
And value. 4.
These days, I call them my age. Those days, values. Values is something that these days modern kids, modern teens, modern young women, we have forgot it.
Okay.
We have really, to a point when we talk of values are always instilled from childhood.
Okay.
That's where values come from.
Okay.
And these days, we don't even value the name we are bearing.
Okay.
I sit here every day that every life I've lived, I put that name Dazi and Owariakoto ahead of me, because that's a mighty name. Owariakoto is hailing from Achim. That's where my mom's side is from.
Okay.
We are royals from there. My dad is hailing from Asante and Cape Coast, which we are royals of Asante Mampo.
Okay.
Even in this country I'm in, whatever I do, I put this name first. That's the values. But nowadays, when we are doing anything, we don't even care about that value that was instilled in us, that name that we are bearing. At the end, in our language, we have something called Impayesen Ahuna. Good name is better than riches. But now we have forgot that. So nowadays, values, if I say we don't have, I don't mean we don't, but one thing we should all understand is majority always carry the votes.
Okay.
So the moment someone says we don't, it doesn't mean you can't get. Like some people will say we don't, the way Pastor Josh is saying, if you ask me and I tell you long distance don't work, it doesn't mean it doesn't. It means 90% doesn't.
Okay.
And that is majority. So that means it doesn't.
Okay.
But we have some people's own that is working. If I tell you nowadays kids are disrespectful, we have some children that are respectful. It means I'm speaking of majority.
Okay.
Values nowadays we should forget. We are forgetting about our values. Commitment. The things of, because this program is mostly, when you look at what Pastor just said, made me to remember the olden times. Our forefathers, our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers married. And you could realize the marriage could thrive over every tribulation.
Okay.
That commitment was there. Because that woman is committed. The commitment was coming from his or her value. That man's value, that woman's value. That was instilled. Commitment was working there. But now, few people commit. We don't even have time. After all. And this commitment has reduced in a point that when we are going in relationship or marriage, we have our own agenda.
Okay.
Some people have gone into relationship all for fun. To me, if you ask me, values, commitment, all those four we are talking about, this my modern generation. If I'm going to rate, I'll say 30%. So if I speak of 30% and you count yourself among the 30%, you are free to go. So most, I say this, majority. Majority. So nowadays, even short distance relationship is having its own issue. It's not working. How more than long distance relationship? It's not majority. But what Pastor Joyce said, I really love that part, and commitment.
Okay, so that's what is missing. If that commitment can be there.
And even now, communication has even cut. And what is really causing all this? I used to tell people, recall that we are in the modern world, like global.
Yes.
This so-called phone.
And now the communication is so easy and simple and upgrade to the extent that you can communicate well.
Yeah.
But we are using, like the way we said technology has improved, but the kids are using it in a different way.
Okay.
So we, this generation, this is 21st century, right? This 21st century. And even if I'm looking at 70s kids, they are better. 80s, they are okay. The 90s, we say we are even worse, but it looks like they are still better. 2000, I'm 2000s. The 2000s will be how many years now? 25 years, right? I'm 2000s, right? The AMA 2000s, the AMA 2010s. AMA 2000s, they are even getting worse.
Yeah. So, Mr. Will you say that those days, the distance relationship, it can work, but nowadays, the way the world, technology, the world have advanced to the extent that the life of it working is less.
It's very less.
It's very
Those days, it was working. The way Pastor Joyce said, right? Where we are coming, Grandpa can be maybe 11 kilometers in a farm, cocoa farm, leaving the family that side because cocoa farm, they don't carry those, they come back. Especially when we are talking about commitment and how this modern days relationship most depends on we women. Most relationships, marriage, most depend on we women. God created everything, handed it to men, but we. Let me tell you, I used to tell men, men are head, we are leg.
Hold on, let me come in. Viewers, our sister is saying that in relationship, always the load is carrying on the female. So now I want her to explain for us, for me to understand it. Because me too, I think somebody did mention this thing to me before.
Relationship. Upbringing of the house. Putting things in order. Women, we are the neck of everything. So I used to say, if I don't move my neck, the head will still be there. Most things depend on women. If I want my marriage or relationship to work, it will surely work. If I want it to collapse, it will surely collapse. If I want my child to be good, he will surely be good by the grace of God. If I want him or her to be a spoiled brat, he will surely be by my hands' work. Let me say why I said relationship depend on women. Men are this type. I don't care life, men have it. And sorry to use this word. People, anytime I use it, they want to have a banter with me. In creation, we remember our forefather Abraham. Abraham, to people think Hagar was a concubine, fine, but they were two. They were two. Hagar and Hannah, whether concubine or not concubine, whether side chick, so side chick didn't even start from now. Just that the English name has changed. There were two. Sarah was not having two, but if you could notice, Sarah stood still for her marriage. That's why Sarah became mother of all nations. The time God made that promise, Hagar gave birth before Sarah did. We women of nowadays cannot even fight for what is ours. And we have come in a point that we want to compete with men.
Okay, all right, Christopher, it's like you jump in to bring another this issue here, which is 50-50 rules in relationship. I was thinking about that.
We will do it.
For me to do that one.
No, that one, let's put it aside, but let's come.
Rules in relationship.
Let's
I'm saying that women think they can compete.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And they are not, they think that they are out there.
Oh, they are doing it.
Compete, equalize and justice.
Let me say this. I
that.
tell people that when I come out, I come out as a woman.
Yeah.
So no man outside is a boss to me. But when I go into my house, I go to my home as a wife, not as a woman.
Wow.
If I'm in a relationship, when I come out as a woman. But if I go inside there, I go in as a woman in a relationship, whether a wife, whether a girlfriend.
So there you take instructions.
Good!
You see someone as the head.
But there is a lot. At times when this topic comes and you are treating, something comes in.
Yeah, something comes in and you know.
Women, everything depends on us. Okay, I'm in a distance relationship. You will call this man, maybe this man will come with attitude. Forgo about the attitude. If only you want to be there. My grandmother says something. She said, if a man is cheating, pretend as if you've not seen. That person will never make it open. But the day you will make it to know that I know you are doing this, you've helped him. How many men are bold to tell me that they are bold enough to end a relationship or marriage? Men in their nature, I use this word coward, but it's not coward.
What?
They have this sentiment with them. I don't want them to say I am the cause of the breakup. I've heard it in my ears before. So it's hardly that this man knows that I'm done with you. Men break up or divorce from their heart. They can be with you, then they are done with you. But the day you yourself will say it's over, he won't even beg you to stay. Because he's done. He just wants you to just commit yourself and go. That's why I say it depends on us. Okay, he is doing his own. Why is it that you as a woman, you won't commit? If the man is the one who is not having values, what about you? And you reflect on a person. Change. I used to tell people, before you think I can change Pastor Joshua as my husband, I need to change myself first.
Yes, that one is true, because I heard about that.
If
you want someone to change, you have to change.
Men, to be honest, women, let me tell you this. Men think they are this, but they are this. They are a tape. If you know your role as a woman, in Garden of Eden, if they didn't force Adam, he came, he said, my husband, I've eaten this, you too try. It's persuasion. Women we have this power that in us, we call it power of persuasion. You can persuade your husband. Women and men, they don't have any agreement. As a woman and as a man, as a woman, you can't have power over a man, but you can persuade a man. So the moment you are a girlfriend, you are a wife, or fiance, and you don't know the power you hold, it will slip. I used to say that if I want you to go, I can let you go. But if I decide to tame you, I don't think you can even have a taming. No, you go, you come. I pretend I don't know. But if I want to kick you,
Yes.
whatever you do.
Viewers, I know you're enjoying it seriously. I know you're enjoying it seriously. What she's saying. And I can't remember when I was in school, my friend always said, never disrespect the power of a woman. You don't have to be powerful. Christopher said a lot about this distance relationship. And he break it down in the biblical way, brought it somewhere. Her input, I want you to, do you agree with things which she was saying?
Okay. She said a lot of things. Okay, so I agree with her. I agree with her. Okay. So when it comes,
you should listen bias.
No, I'm not biased.
That's why if she's your co-host, we are not here for each other.
No, I understand. No, here's the thing.
From the bottom of your heart.
Okay, the good part about this is that none of us here was born in 2000. From 2000 going forward. So which means we relate a lot. Because when we grew up in an era where there was no technology, there wasn't much technology, there wasn't much, TV and all these kind of things. Because you need to understand something that has played a major part in destroying relationships. Because we're talking about long distance relationships, but we can't just talk about long distance relationships and we end there. We'll end up talking about many other things that involve relationships. So we grew up in an era where there wasn't much television. Okay? There wasn't much technology back then and all these kind of things. And you realize that at that time, what was so important was family. Family was very, very, very important. Just having a family was like, it's an achievement. I heard a lot of people who say, marriage is not an achievement. Okay, you know what? That's a topic for another day. Okay, that's a topic for another day. But I will tell you from where I stand, that if you are able to be, marriage itself, just entering in marriage, maybe let's say it's not an achievement. But the ability to be there and stay and withstand all the storms, and you are still standing and you are still alive and you are still there and you didn't jump out and you didn't press the exit button, that is something now. Do you get my point now?
Yes. So that one is achievement.
That's achievement because it's easy to press the exit button.
Yes.
Marriage will challenge you, will drive you to the edge of the cliff. Marriage will drive you to the edge of the cliff. You'll be tested in all ways. You'll be tested from your patience, your whatever. If you are struggling with anger, everything will be tested. Everything will be laid on the table. You understand what I'm saying? Everything will be laid on the table. And if you are able to withstand all of that, and after withstanding all of that, you're able even to change, and you're able also to help someone else. That's something else.
Wow. So you mean that you have what Josh is saying, to be tempted. So at the end, only a strong man
will be able to stand.
will be able to stand.
So that's why I say,
So ask yourself, are you a strong man or not?
There's two sides to it now.
Okay, all right.
So there are certain people who may not succeed, let's say for example in marriage, not because they themselves were not principled, not because they were not dedicated, not because they didn't have good values, but you can be in a space where you have values, you have commitment, you are dedicated, you have all of this that can make you successful in marriage, but now you are tied or you're married to a person who doesn't have the same values, who doesn't share the values that you share, who is not as principled as you, who is not as committed or value dedication as you do. So you can be very committed, but if the other person is not committed, that marriage is bound to what? To crash and to collapse and break.
But nowadays philosophies believe in compatibility. Compatibility. So they check your style. If it doesn't go, then it doesn't work.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with compatibility. Okay, compatibility plays a part. Plays a part to a certain extent. Okay, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, because I can promise you here, you're not going to find a woman or a man that is exactly compatible with you, who is exactly the same level with you on everything. You always have certain things that you don't agree with them. You always have certain values. Remember something that is very important. When you meet your wife, or maybe when you meet your husband as a woman, before you get married, this man that you are meeting here was raised in another family.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Culture.
Yes, different culture. Even different environment, different cultures. Okay, when we talk about culture now, we can narrow it down to a point whereby we say, okay, there is culture. For example, yourself, you're from Ghana, right?
Yeah.
You're from Ghana. So there's the Ghanaian culture. But within the Ghanaian culture, you find different cultures.
Yeah.
Right?
That's really right.
Within the Ghanaian culture, there is a general Ghanaian culture that you meet any Ghanaian guy. It doesn't matter he's from the Gold Coast or wherever he's coming from. You can tell this guy is from Ghana.
Yes.
There's just that thing.
Yes.
It's a Ghanaian culture. But then within that, you'll find different cultures, right?
Yeah.
And within every family, you'll find another. You narrow it down again to different families.
Different families.
You'll find a different culture in your home,
Yeah.
and a different culture in your home. So, for example, if you were raised as a man and your father would give you so much freedom to come home at 12 o'clock midnight, 1 a.m., 2 p.m., 2 a.m., and in her home, she's not allowed to do that. So what it simply means that the culture that you had, that the way you were raised in your home, that was the culture within your home, was different from her home. Okay, so now the moment you meet, there's going to be a clash of backgrounds.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? The moment you meet your wife or you meet your husband and you get married, there's going to be a clash of backgrounds. So what it simply means that if in my background I was allowed to do things in a certain way and you are allowed to do things in a certain way, and now we meet and what we are used to is different, we are likely going to clash.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'm going to change in an instant, in one day. It's going to take me time also to adapt to what you feel is okay, or for you to adapt to what I feel is okay, and come to a place where we can compromise and come to a place where we can agree now and say, you know what, at least this is something we can work with between the two of us. You understand? But the point goes back to the simple fact that when we were raised in an era where there wasn't much technology. Nowadays our children are being raised by TikTok and WhatsApp and Instagram. You understand? They're being raised by social media. So there's a lot of people who come and feed them things. They come and they say things.
Yeah.
They come and inject them with philosophies and ideas and ideologies that are different, right? By the time they rise to become a man and a woman, they're supposed to be a husband now. Already the damage is done.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I said now, when especially in present day era, what is being tempered with the most is our values, our commitment, our dedication, our principles. And as long as your principles and your commitment and all of that has been tempered with,
That's it.
then the humanity is gone.
Wow.
Humanity is gone. Humanity is not just us walking around as human beings and we say we are humanity and we are human beings. If you check the word human being, it's talking about a human, which is you now, just you as a flesh, like the way you are. You are a human. But there's the being part of the human, which is now being tempered with, which is the one that now is being destroyed. And I should say the devil is doing a very good job in destroying the being part of the human.
I know, it looks like all the because to me, the body being, the spiritual being, the soul being, all the three beings has been tempered with.
And this morning,
so your spiritual being is tempered.
Yeah.
Your soul being is tempered, and your body
is being tempered with.
So all the three.
So now, if those things have been tempered with there is no way now you expect decency amongst the human race. There is no more decency. I think that's the best way to put it across. There is no more decency amongst us. That is the reason why, remember we're talking about long distance relationships, so we're not going to go far away from the topic, we're still there. The reason why you can go and stay in Cape Town and meet a ton of women, thousands of women there, and you still say, you know what, I can see them, they're beautiful, but I'm not going to do anything about it. What will cause you to do that is principle.
Your principles,
You are principled. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you are not principled, every moment you see a woman passing by, you want to have a piece of her. That's what lack of principle does. Principle will tell you, you know what? I acknowledge it. It's beautiful. I like it. I wish I could have it. But you know what? Because of the values I carry and the principles that I have, I'm not going to do this. So now, in the line of having a long distance relationship, that is the only thing that can keep you or keep your spouse. Just the commitment, your principles, your values. Because let me tell you something here that can happen. If your wife is in Cape Town and you're staying in Limpopo, right? What will stop you from sleeping around there in Limpopo?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What will stop you? Nothing.
Yes.
Because there's no one who's watching you.
Oh.
You are known. You can stay in a certain place where you are not known by anyone. You're just someone new there and no one knows you. Nobody knows what you do. You're just new there and you have the freedom to do whatever you like. Nobody knows you have a wife or kids back somewhere in the world. You have the freedom to enter into a nightclub anytime and sleep with whosoever you like. And you come out and nobody knows about it and there's no accountability for it. It's easy. But the only thing that can stop you now in such a place is your own principles.
Discipline.
And discipline. And that is what is lacking nowadays. We don't have people who are disciplined. We don't have people who are principled. That is the reason why we have the highest levels of divorce rates ever in this generation. The highest level of divorce rates. Because we are not principled, we are not committed, we are not dedicated. Because what will keep a marriage is not just the butterflies that you feel. What will keep your marriage is your principles, your discipline, your commitment. That is what will keep it. That is what will keep your relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm far, I can play my games there and nobody's going to know about it.
Okay, well, let's come in with this. Christopher, it seems like our time is just this. So, Christopher, let me go in with this, then we can wrap it up. Statistics tells me that the risk involved in distance relationship is 99%.
What is that the rate for?
Of the risk.
The risk.
In distance relationship, which the risk involved of making it work is 99%. Do you agree with that?
With me, I will even say 99.5.
99.9.
Yeah, 99.9. So 0.1. Serious, that's very true.
Okay.
The risk involved is a lot.
As he was saying, what is stopping you from sleeping with another person?
What is stopping you?
No eyes checking you.
That is it. And again.
That is a video call. No, but the video call said, I've done some before. Somebody is sleeping here. Video
call. That one, don't even go there. Clear it. Yeah, this generation is being ruled by the demon.
Okay.
The demon himself.
Okay.
So please, if a woman says he is going to be unfaithful, he is going to. If a man says men with them is even in their blood, men.
What are you saying?
The only thing that is making us talk about this is now we women, we are sleeping. We are even forgetting our goals and our aims of creation. But with men, just that as we are sleeping, they are always becoming worse.
Guys, you see, Christopher is hitting on the men. So I decided that, next week the topic which we are going to talk about is in a relationship, in a marriage. Can you guys lie a lot and who pretend?
Okay.
Women pretend, men lie.
Okay, wait. I want to say something, I want to say something.
Okay.
She said, what did you say?
She said,
guys,
repeat it.
They don't want me to lie.
No.
They don't want me to lie.
She said something about men. She said men are born with this thing.
Men are born.
Okay. I wanna take a part of that. Okay. I wanna take a part of that and agree with her. But now, nowadays in the 21st century, the things that men used to do and the
women are becoming worse.
Women are becoming double.
Yes.
You understand? So in past history, we knew men are known for being polygamous.
No. Listen. When I'm saying something, that's why I tell people that when I bring,
I supposed to sit in the middle of them.
You see?
And the heat is getting
no, not that. Listen, if I say men, to be honest, I don't expect anyone to dispute on this. In creation, men in their creation, that's how God made them. Polygamous. And when we say about men, people think once I put this, the sorry to use this, no Aki will think, then men. No, we have, if we are going to look at King Solomon owned some of the marriages was to control like each, this country and this country.
Other kingdom.
Like I have this program I used to watch, Jordan and Akbar.
Okay.
With me, I don't like Indian movie, but that's the only Indian movie I still watch.
Okay.
The king has married a lot, but among all the wives, he only have 2 wives. The special wife, which was Rukaya, which is the first and her best friend, they got married at infancy. 9 years and he was 11 years. And the second wife was his uncle's wife to protect the woman after the death of the uncle. And she went to marry another woman, Jordan, which the story, but in the, they call it women's quarters, there is a lot of wife, uncountable. Some he won them through battles. Some brought their wives, their children willingly for peace because he is very powerful. And he wanted to be the whole Indian king. So you could realize that when we say men in their nature, they are like that. That's why Pastor Josh is saying, that time, we have someone who can even marry. Men were marrying for many reasons, but you could realize among all of them, maybe there are 2 who are close, but he has married them. Some were marrying again due to maybe I want a girl child, my wife has given birth to boys. So when I say that, I want to explain men in their nature, God made them like that. And it's me, to me, I don't see anything bad with it. But depending on how you will go by it. But with women, that in our nature it was not part of us. What has really changed? Now, women of nowadays, I don't know how I should put our own. When someone say men are cheating, I told them men don't cheat. Because it's in their DNA. Men don't cheat. Men, their own is infidelity. But women cheat. There is no one that you see message and you will delete. But women, our cheating is in a whole lot of forms. Hey, please, can you send me some? Then you will delete it. Okay, you will even meet a man proposing love to. I don't have anyone. That's cheating. Men don't cheat.
But he's flirting with the person, that's or he's releasing someone.
Good men don't cheat. Men, their own is infidelity. But women cheat. This topic, we will talk about it. I will explain it further. Men own their own is infidelity. By women.
And come back.
I've always say this. Because this is very serious. I've always said this. Because when a man cheats and when a woman cheats, it's totally different.
Yes.
Let me give you examples. When a man cheats, if you go out right now and you're cheating out there, and let's say, for example, you're cheating with someone's wife, for example, there is no way as a man in your mind you're thinking, okay, I'm cheating with that man's wife, I'm gonna take that man's husband's wife and I'm gonna take her away from him. No, never. Most of the times it has everything to do with their sexual setup.
Okay.
Right? The way they were created. So it's always about sexual gratification. So if I can sleep with her, it's fine. It's just about sleeping with her just now. and feel free and relieve myself now. But when a woman goes that direction, she's not just doing for that. When a woman cheats, she cheats with you. She wants to go deeper to the point where she wants to know even where your wife is, if you have a wife. So if she knows where your wife is, she even has a vision to eliminate your wife if possible. And become the wife herself.
Men don't cheat. Because the reason why I bring this, the very day I said this, it was a debate.
Yes.
I tell her, between Esau and Jacob, Jacob cheated Esau.
Okay.
Once cheats come into something, that means you want to grab the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But men don't cheat. This thing, it's an English.
Hey,
Men commit infidelity. That is men.
she's still hitting on with that men doesn't cheat, men commit infidelity. I think we have to bring it back again, seriously.
Cheat. Because we women, we are like Jacob. Because Jacob cheated Esau. To a point, the cheating started from when he took Esau's birthright.
Okay.
Thinking is nothing. These things, some men goes through the same. They don't see it. Thinking is nothing. Oh, I'm having fun. By the time you finish with your fun, you'll be inside the woman's pocket. We women, but I don't know where this English came from. It has come to stay. We think men are cheaters. Yes, men are cheaters. But if you are going to sit down, go deep biblically and see whatever that's going on, you realize men commit infidelity. Because a woman can even be with a man. And you know us, I used to tell men that when you ask a woman, I love you, have you seen a woman that once you say I love you, the woman say I love you too? Those seconds that we will wait to give you an answer, we have everything here. That's why you tell someone, I love you, you tell me, give me time to go and think about it. What are you going to think about it? We need to do our board, I call it board mass. Women, we do board mass. My fellow women, we do board mass.
The calculation.
Bracket, how do you call it in school? Bracket of division
Power 2 coming to is score 2.
You don't try us.
Anyways, we thank you for watching us today. We're discussing distance relationship. As my panelists are saying, it works. In a way, it doesn't work. Even the same closer relationships have relations. Like I say, they said what? Dedication,
Commitment,
principle,
values.
and values. You have that, or you don't have that thing in you. If you want your distance relationship to work, that's what you're supposed to practice.
Yeah.
This 4 thing is the homework which I'm giving you today. Work on yourself, and it will make your distance relationship work if you feel it's not working. And even short relationship, I think that they can use
Principles, yeah.
the same principle. Guys, thank you for watching this program. We call it what? Let's talk relationship and what?
And life matters. But there is some life matters we need to come and talk about.
Yeah!
We have a lot of life
matters. So we should do life matters because we do relationship.
Next Sunday, we need to talk about life matters.
Life matters.
Yeah.
You understand it? Yes. We should talk about life matters because last week we talked about relationship, this week too.
Yeah, we need to.
So next week is life matters. So we're looking for a topic.
Yeah, for life matters. And again, I want to say this, please, my fellow women who are in long distance relationship, please, if you want it to work, be that tigress. But my dear, know how humble you should be, because one thing about men, my dear, nothing keeps a man. Nothing keeps a man. Your money, no. Whatever, it doesn't, by the grace of God. And your humility, because in God's creation, men were created to love, but women were created to submit. But we have diverted it. Now women want to love and they want men to submit. It will never work.
It will never work.
Once you submit for a man, don't take care, they will think you have used juju on that man. Submission.
They will think you use what?
Muti on that man. Say, submit. Be that fool. Now I promise you. People will start saying, this one has gone for Muti, this one has gone for Muti.
But there's nothing like that.
There is no Muti that can work on a man, because when you use the Muti, a time will come, the Muti will go, and when it goes, you become like a masquerade. So please, my fellow women, whether you are married, whether you are in a relationship, submission. Always know that you should be under. You can go out as a woman. That one day, my dear. When you see me outside, don't even tell me you're a man, because I don't see you. You are just an ordinary man walking. But when I get to my house, please, I have a king there to respect. I have a king in my kingdom whom I need to bow to. But when I come out, I'm a woman. But in the house, I'm not a woman. So please, let us know this. Because it's like we are rising shoulders a lot. When a man speaks and you keep quiet, or when he does anything and you don't mind him, it doesn't mean you're a fool. It means you know who you yourself you are. As a woman, there is no way in creation that God says women love. We were never created to love. That's why men can love multiple women. But once a woman see a man I love and is even married, the love will fade there. Because we were never created to love.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We were never created. A man can love 1,000 and he knows how to love all of them. But women, if women are going to be honest, once you fall in love with another man, or you give yourself, you realize there is no love there again. That's whereby the disrespect starts, that attitude.
Yes.
Because we were not created to love. But now, the men are in their lane. They are loving, they are sharing love. But we, our lane of submission, we can't.
Yeah, they can't submit.
Yeah.
Someone asks me, do I love? I say, no, me, I can't love a man. They are like, Auntie Bella. I'm like, no, I can never love a man, but I can submit to a man. So once I can't submit to you, my dear, don't come, I won't even accept you.
Okay. All right. All what Jenna said is that submission. So ladies, you should submit to your men, and men love your wife, as the Bible says. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching us. Next week by this time again, we'll be here again and give you a sweet program like this. Bye.
Bye.